Joining us today on the 1045theteam.com podcast is UAlbany junior lacrosse player Justin Berger. Justin, you've got a really cool story. We're going to get to it in a sec. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks a lot for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, so I was coming across your story in the Times-Union this week, and usually I like to tell the listener what we're talking about, but I think in this case it's going to be more powerful coming from you. I was a Division III athlete. I played baseball, did a lot of on-campus stuff, TV station, radio station. I thought I was busy, but it sounds like you're the most busy college athlete there is. Tell us about what you're doing.
Yeah, well, it's more fun to be busy, right? That's the way I look at it. So the thing I got going on right now is every weekend I travel to the Giants game. So whether it's home or away, I'm going to the New York Giant game, and I work in the radio booth doing statistics for Bob Papa and Carl Banks, who are the two radio voices. And it keeps me really busy. Home games aren't so bad. Usually that's just a Sunday commitment. I'm just driving down Sunday and doing the game. But road games, that's a whole weekend thing, and so I'm driving down either Friday night or Saturday right to the facility, getting on the team airplane, going to whatever city we're going to, spending Saturday in the city, and then Sunday obviously doing the game, and then getting back to Albany really late Sunday night. So that keeps me pretty busy. I'm bringing homework on the airplane, of course. Usually Saturdays I'm working out, got to stay in shape, obviously. So, yeah, definitely staying really busy.
Now, you're on the lacrosse team at UAlbany. This is a nationally recognized program. How do you balance playing a sport with this travel to the Giants games and school? How do you balance your time?
Yeah, absolutely. Lacrosse and school are still priorities 1 and 2. They have to be. School comes first. Lacrosse comes first. So if I ever was going to have to miss a practice, I wouldn't. So I missed a couple games this year. The Thursday night game in Washington I couldn't go to because we had practice on Friday. So obviously I wouldn't, I would miss it. So that comes first. The night game in Detroit, same thing. I would have missed practice, and obviously that's not going to fly. At the same time, if I ever have a big test, the guys in the booth and my dad also, everyone understands, that's the priority. So this is just on top of it. This is just, icing on the cake that as long as everything is taken care of up in Albany, I'm able to get away for the weekend.
Coach Marr is a good friend of the show. He's on frequently with Armin and Levac, especially as we head towards lacrosse season. He'll be on again soon here. So he's 100% cool with you doing this, but just as long as you're not missing anything for him?
Right, exactly. He loves it. He loves the Giants. We talk about every Monday morning in the weight room when we get in the weight room at 7 a.m. The first thing coaches say, this year it's been, tough game yesterday. But, he loves it. We're talking about it every day. We're talking about what we see. He sends me texts during the weekend. He's all about it. He thinks it's really cool, which is awesome. Yeah, Coach Marr is the best.
Now, your dad also works for the Giants, correct?
Yeah, he's worked there since 1986. It's the only job he's ever had.
Now, how cool is that? Obviously, like I said, I played college sports. I wasn't around a lot. I played out at Oswego, about 3 hours away from Albany.
That's cool.
So,
yeah.
I didn't see my family a lot during the semester. You're with your dad every weekend. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying, is that it's definitely a different college experience than most, because every weekend in the fall, I'm coming to see him down here, and then the process flips in the spring, and my whole family comes. They come to almost every game. My dad tries to get to every single game except, draft weekend or mini camps or whatever big things that, the team's got going on, something that's missed. And my mom and my sister also come to almost every game. They come as much as they can. So I see my family every weekend. So even if I don't want to see them, I'm seeing them. So it's different. It's nice, and it's a blessing, and it's really, really cool.
I'm curious about how the process is how it works up in the booth. Now, you mentioned you sit right in between the radio broadcasters, so
yep.
I heard you had to develop some hand signals, things like that, because you got to keep it quiet for those guys.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm on the headsets, which is cool, because, in some of these loud venues, we played in Seattle this year, and to take the headset off, you literally can't hear us sing. So I'm on the headset, so I hear everything Bob and Carl are saying. So it's basically two big jobs, are the two most important things. It's cumulative numbers. I'm keeping running statistics. So at any point in the game, Bob's going to start talking about a player. Let's say Andre Williams breaks off a nice, 10-yard run. Now he's going to want to say, hey, it's a 10-yard run for the rookie. He'll look down and say that was his 7th carry for 48 yards. And it's just supposed to be fluid. So that's me. He wants to be able to look at the piece of paper. I got my big sheet, keeping stack. The other big job is all long plays. So let's say a ball is flying down the sideline. I quickly need to realize or figure out how, long this play is going to be. So let's say, Beckham catches the ball at the 20. He's about to score a touchdown. I need to, do the math really quick. Hey, this is going to be a 76-yard touchdown if he gets in. I write 76 on a Post-it note. So Post-it notes are a big part of my job, Post-it notes. and I hold it up, and, as he crosses the goal line, Bob is yelling, yeah, that's a touchdown for Odell Beckham, 76 yards, and it flows, and it sounds great, and we don't skip a beat. And so that's all me. And that is cool, when he reads my numbers or reads something I gave him, I feel like I'm part of the show. It's cool.
Now, you're a pre-med student at UAlbany. I imagine that is quite difficult, but is it more difficult than having to do that quick math on the fly?
Oh, yeah, they're different. They're really different. One of them, my pre-med stuff, I get to sit and study, my books for hours. This one is instantaneous. It's quick. It keeps you really sharp. I got to have a cup of coffee before the game because, you're going. It really is. It's so much fun. It's fast. I actually do, I input for the New York Knicks as well, game days, and that's the same thing. Basketball is fast. So the football is, you got to come up with these numbers really quick, and if you miss a beat, it slows down the call, it slows down the broadcast. So they're different. One is more, long-term memorization, and one is, hey, we're getting snappy, and it's good.
You have such a football background. You seem very invested in it. You certainly know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to the Giants. How did you get into lacrosse over football?
Yeah, it's funny. I played football as a kid a little bit, but one of the guys that works with my dad, the New York Giants ticket manager, John Gorman, is a big-time lacrosse referee, and he just told my dad one day, hey, why doesn't Justin play lacrosse? I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade, and my dad was like, yeah, good idea, I'll let him know, and I just started playing. It's such a fun game. I fell in love with it right away. It's the greatest. It's the best game. I still love it. It's absolutely awesome. So I still play football in high school and stuff, but lacrosse was my first love, and so that's what I'm doing in college.
Justin Berger, UAlbany Lacrosse player, just a fascinating story I came across this week in the Times-Union doing double, triple, sometimes quadruple duty. I want to ask you now, pre-med student, but you're so involved in the broadcast booth all the time. What's your end career goal? Is it going to switch here, or is it going to be pre-med all the way?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm trying to get to medical school. I'm taking the MCAT in January. That's my focus right now. Is on winter break here. I'm going to be a doctor, and I'm going to come back in great shape for lacrosse. The radio stuff and the statistics are fun, but they're just bonus. They're just on top. I want to keep doing it. There's something my dad's still able to do. Games here and there. So it's something I can do my whole life. Hopefully, even when I am a doctor, whatever I'm doing. The end goal, the ultimate goal, is to get back into sports with medicine. Because I'm a sports guy. We're sports guys. We've been around it our whole lives. It's not the only thing we know, but it's what we know best, right?
Real quick, lacrosse season coming up once you come back from winter break. UAlbany, obviously a banner year last year, deep into the NCAA tournament, 1 goal shy in overtime against Notre Dame. How's the team going to look this year when we see it on the field in spring?
Yeah, we're going to be awesome. We're really, really excited. We had a great fall, a tremendous fall. We lost Miles, we lost Di. And so replacing those guys obviously isn't easy, but I think we're going to replace them by committee. It's going to be a great year. We're still the most fun team in the country to watch, so definitely a plug. Come check us out. We're going to play fast. We got 10 middies that could play anywhere, and they're all going to play. It's going to be a great season. We should be really good. And then, hopefully we'll do the same thing. We got to win our conference. Got to win those 2 conference tournament games. It's different this year. The last 2 years, the conference tournament's been down at Stony Brook, and this year the number 1 seed hosted, which is more incentive to make sure we still go undefeated in the conference regular season. So hopefully we'll host a conference tournament. Hopefully we win that, and then we'll see what happens in the NCAAs.
Once the holidays end, once we get past New Year's, lacrosse season will start to kick in really in early February. And
Yep.
Justin, I'm sure you hear this question all the time, just when you're talking with people, even your friends or so. Lacrosse is something that I've just started getting into more recently, really through you guys, as a tribute to you guys about how good you guys are and how fun your program is to follow.
Thank you.
Is Lyle the best player, not only in the nation, but is he truly one of the best players people have ever seen?
Lyle Thompson is unbelievable. He's really unbelievable. I remember when I first got to Albany, he would do stuff at practice, and my jaw would literally drop. And some of the guys would be like, yeah, we see it all the time. And, my jaw still drops. Every day he does something that you don't even think is possible. A 70-yard behind-the-back pass, putting the stick, behind his back or through his... he does things with a lacrosse stick you couldn't even imagine. He is the best player I've ever seen. He's not even close to the best player I've ever played with. And, yeah, he's so much fun to watch. I think the thing that makes it even cooler, though, is that he's also a great guy. And the story's been told, but he's such a good guy. He's so humble. He's a family guy. He's got his kids, and he's a great teammate. And he's our captain this year. So, yeah, Yeah, he's amazing.
UAlbany Lacrosse player Justin Berger with us this morning on the 1045theteam.com podcast. Hey, Justin, thanks for being with us. Happy holidays and continued success and all that you do and keeping that schedule straight.
Thanks a lot, Brady. Have a good one.